Hi, my name is Brian Croft, and I'd like to tell you about my painting, Danceland 1963. For young people in the late 50s and 60s, Vancouver's Danceland was the place to go for live music and a superlative dance floor. Located on the second floor of the Clements building, situated at the southeast corner of Robson and Hornby, Danceland was just 2 blocks west of Granville Street's Theatre Row. The Clements building was built in 1922, and within a year, a dance academy called the Alexandra Ballroom occupied the entire second floor. The Alex, as it was more popularly called, had its entry on the north end of the building at 804 Hornby Street. It was a stylish room featuring draped windows, a stage, a small lounge and kitchen, and the secret to the wooden sprung dance floor was bags of horsehair that were laid under the floor. In later years, overhead fanning boards were added, and all of this made for a pretty classy venue, and more than a few famous personalities performed on stage at the Alex. Next door to the east stood the courthouse block, and there in 1922, the Sprott-Shaw Schools of Commerce and Wireless Telegraphy and Radio Specialties started, an early Vancouver radio station, CJCE. In 1924, Sprott-Shaw assumed control of CFCQ, and in 1929 occupied its first real studio on the third floor above the Alex. Much later, in 1954, Bill Ray, the owner of CKNW, moved his operations into that same space. Soon after, though, Ray, suffering from medical problems, sold CKNW and took over the Alex downstairs. And he changed the name to Danceland and created a new upbeat venue. Adorned with oversized neon signs, Danceland began to attract some of the big names of the day. Del Shannon, Ike and Tina Turner, Roy Orbison, Jerry Lee Lewis, and Bobby Darin, to name a few. Jim Wisby later took over Danceland and continued to promote this leading-edge rock and roll dance hall. And Danceland could accommodate up to 600 dancers, and it was quite normal to see a half-dozen passenger buses parked outside, having brought up dancers from the United States. I created my painting Danceland 1963 from a City of Vancouver Archives photograph credited to photographer Walter Edwin Frost. And to get that background right, to do the painting, I asked a friend, Red Robinson, and he put me in touch with longtime producer Les Vogt, who helped me find and interview band members who had played at Danceland. I scoured the Vancouver Sun entertainment pages to find a special event at Danceland and found a small ad on Saturday, September 7th, 1963. It was the Ike and Tina Turner Review, playing it for one night only at Danceland from 9 o'clock until midnight. And so that's what I put up on Danceland's backlit marquee. The Ike and Tina Turner Review was a hot act indeed, and Danceland packed them in that night. But this was to be one of the last big shows. Popular to the end, Danceland's final year featured the Viscounts as its regular band. Danceland fell to the wrecker's hammer in the summer of 1965. The happy times and the music and dancing are now just but memories. But with the help of many who are regulars at Danceland, I feel privileged to be able to propel my paintbrush and bring back some of the Danceland excitement and magic. And if you find your toe tapping or feel the urge to walk into the painting and make a beeline right across Robson and into the entry door of Danceland, well, I think that's exactly why I painted this. My name is Brian Croft. I paint the history of Vancouver and British Columbia, and Danceland 1963 is part of my artistic journey.